This is Stable Ronaldo, one of the most popular streamers in the entire world. He is funny.
This is what I would do when I first meet you.
Toxic.
Пусни ги на български субтитрите, между другото.
Sometimes he has
Да.
Работите нещо. Това му не скаш.
Български.
Не виждам къде е.
Надолу е. Две надолу. Да.
anger issues.
What am I doing wrong, C? I'm gonna break my monitor.
But Ronaldo
Michael.
wasn't always as successful as he is now. From humble beginnings and blowing up on Fortnite to beef with Ninja himself, this is the entire rise and fall and rise again of Stable Ronaldo.
And fall again.
Ronaldo, whose real name is Ronnie, was always interested in gaming.
Стабилния Роналдо.
He got his first gaming laptop in 2014 at just 13 years old. He experimented with games like CSGO and Call of Duty, but he didn't find his true passion until a little game called Fortnite came out.
Всички сме
Fortnite
почнали
Battle
с
Royale, as many of you
CS.
may know, is the most popular video
Аз не съм играл CS никога.
with consistent player counts
Направо
well
излизат
into
разговора.
millions. Fortnite was a great
Брат,
opportunity
играл съм за един час
to
наистина.
get their name out there. With his passion to game at an all-time high, Ron decided to invest in himself and buy a brand new PC when Fortnite came out. It wasn't amazing or expensive, but it worked, and Ron was officially ready to grind. And that's exactly what he did. He
Аз като цяло нямах компютър до
He wanted to be the
когато
best
беше
Fortnite
чаптър
player
2
in the
сезон
world.
5.
And
4.
eventually, he got good enough to even earn money playing competitive Fortnite. On
Часа,
May
брат.
26th of 2019, Ronaldo placed 170th in the Fortnite World Cup Week 7 solo qualifiers. This earned him $675, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for a 16-year-old kid, it was
Тогава е
probably
доста.
really cool and very motivating to keep going. Instead of spending the $675 on something ridiculous, he spent it on upgrading that PC that he had just bought. This was
Я
when he
те знам.
really decided to lock into gaming and hopefully make it on a professional level. He started grinding away at various Fortnite events like Cash Cups and FNCS tournaments. With his new gear, he was consistently placing higher and higher. Ron was looking to make a name for himself in the upcoming season, and the next FNCS was announced as Squads. However, Ron wasn't very well known at this time, and he had a few followers and some placements, but nobody was begging to play with him. Everything changed, however, when he met a player named Unknown Army. For those of you that don't know, Unknown Army was a popular Twitch streamer and pro Fortnite player. He was also one of the very few controller players to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup in New York City. Stable Ronaldo was unfortunate enough to come across this absolute beast in a random Fortnite lobby. But instead of getting upset after Unknown completely destroyed him, Ronaldo reached out and decided to friend him. This would be one of the best decisions of Ronaldo's life. After DMing each other for the first time, the two became friends very quickly. Unknown even encouraged his new friend Ronaldo to start uploading to YouTube more since he was very entertaining. Eventually, Ron would do just that and upload his first video on the Stable Ronaldo account on October 2019.
Тук ти с копирайт музика, брат.
The two of them started to compete in squad tournaments together alongside Kez KD and Avery. The team did well, but their biggest achievement happened on December 8th of 2019.
Бах ти 2019, брат.
Това този контролер беше много добър.
Да, то сега го помня, брат.
Wait, what? No, we're not top two. We're not top two. No, we're not top two.
И то Wolfies.
Oh, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The squad won first place in the FNCS Chapter 2 Season 1 Grand Finals.
Бах си 10 000 пиар са им докинали само от тук.
Направо са ги убили, брат.
Winning the NA East Grand Finals back then meant that the squad won a total of $187,000.
Michael.
At this point, Ronaldo was on top of the world. Starting as a kid who just loved gaming, he was now an FNCS champion. And this was easily the largest prize he had ever won playing video games. But he needed to capitalize on this. Ronaldo didn't just want to make money from winning games, he also wanted to upload it and make money off of content. So he decided to upload a video showing off his big win. It was titled, "This is how we came first and won $187,000 in the Squad FNCS Championship." And this video blew up. The video currently sits at 280,000 views, which is huge considering this was just his third video ever posted. Following this huge video, he started to make his streams and video uploads much more consistent. And now that Ron had won an FNCS, people started to take a lot more notice of him, and he was averaging about 1,000 viewers peak on any given stream.
Да, той наистина, брат.
With cheats! I hope you have an
С отгадния
amazing
микрофон,
flight
брат,
now.
от тези
Thanks.
слушалки, брат. Винаги съм го мразил.
Alright, thank you, Kurna.
Talk soon. It was good playing.
Talk.
Don't hit on me again, okay? Thank you.
Sorry.
Alright.
What's up?
You kid. You're adopted.
Тук имаше една песен, дед беше пял, брат. Там стана също много известен.
Да, уе, нещо.
Да, ето. Аз бях много зарибен. И аз се пях.
Какво?
funny personality. As he became more and more well known, he began to collab with some other big creators, and perhaps most importantly, Clix. In December of 2019, after Ronaldo and Clix had connected through a friend, they did a 2v2 on stream.
Sit down, Ronaldo. Ronaldo, you smell like Ronaldo. Ronaldo, sit down. Sit down.
Едни мириште тако.
Ronaldo, get out of me. I'm in your head. Keep on going. Get out of my head.
Of course, Clix
Много
was
гаден
much
микрофон,
better
брат.
than destroyed Ronaldo, but he got a really big kick out of Ron and his sense of humor.
Винаги
The
съм го
two
мразил.
became fast friends and continued to stream together almost every single day. Since Clix was such a huge creator, this obviously brought a lot of attention to Ronaldo. Unfortunately, at
той
this
е
point,
и
it
той
was
беше много
clear to
добър.
Ronaldo and
Да,
people
да.
around him that he wasn't good enough to consistently be making it to major tournaments and making a living off of the competitive side of Fortnite. But that didn't mean he was going to give up. Instead of deciding to retire or switch out of Fortnite, Ron decided that he could make just as many earnings off of playing the game for fun as he could doing esports. So he doubled down on his content and even started to do event coverage. Ron would live stream the professional tournaments on his Twitch account, switching between every player's point of view and giving his perspective on the games. People loved this. Until this point in the Fortnite community, their event coverage was very weak. Yeah, Epic had
Да,
their
те са
big
скинери, брат.
happening, but the
Те са
commentators
скинери.
were nowhere near as entertaining as Ronaldo. He added a ton of personality to the
Брат, те са
tournaments
някакви
and brought a
турбоскинери, брат.
much-needed sense of excitement to the events. Because of this,
Бат, аз съм сигурен, че тия коментаторите на FNC са никога не са влизали в Fortnite.
Да, и аз съм на 100% сигурен, брат.
Те са ги сложили там колко да има.
Not only Fortnite, but the entire streaming community. He went from 80,000 followers to 1 million followers in just the year of 2020.
Особено уния женичките, брат. Послават жена да коментират, те са нормални.
Те са нормални, са верни.
About halfway through 2020 in August, Ronaldo was invited to
Он тук дете не е влизал в Fortnite. Не знае какво е Fortnite.
Чакай, пари, я кажи нещо. Чувам ли те, бе?
Не се чуя.
Той не се чува лоша, бе, брат.
Да.
Я сега.
Аха,
Да, сега се чуеш.
Не знам, нещо бъгва.
дай, пускай.
And started making even more content.
Играли са.
Special about my room, you know, I do have a lot of. Oh, we got a kid.
Да.
I forgot he was.
По 5 минути.
He was. Okay, we'll
Няма
forget about
значение.
that. But this is my PC, you know, dual PC, a little bit something special.
Back to
Unfortunately,
that,
though, this newfound fame was far from ideal for Ron. There was an insane amount of viewers, and with this came an insane amount of hate. You see, Ronaldo sort of blew up overnight. Although he had been grinding silently for so long, a lot of people started to take notice of him very quickly. And this can be a lot, especially for a young kid to deal with.
Малия бах
The hate
снайпер.
started to have an impact on Ronaldo, and his mental health started to suffer. In addition, it became way harder for Ronaldo to stream Fortnite even when he was just trying to have fun. His games were flooded with never-ending stream snipers, and Epic Games did nothing to try and
Него
help
много
the
тролиха,
gaming
брат.
experience improve. Not just for streamers, but also the general players. Updates were filled with bugs after bugs, and many players and content creators decided to stop playing Fortnite and switch to other games. Unfortunately for a lot of his fans, Ronaldo was one of them. Sadly, since Ronaldo had started streaming less Fortnite, his viewer count also fell back. Not to mention, he uploaded videos way less on his YouTube channel and wasn't streaming nearly as much as he used to. Post-COVID times in 2022, he had some of the worst numbers ever on his account. To add to the struggles, Ronaldo left his gaming organization NRG on January 5th, 2022, after they announced that they were going to discontinue the Fortnite house.
I have officially left NRG. NRG supported me early in my career, and they were an important part of my growth. This was a difficult decision to make. I have a lot of friends and a lot of members of the NRG staff that were an important part of my life. But in the end, I felt thought my career would benefit from a change.
Even with his numbers declining, however, 5 months later in June of 2022, Ronaldo joined FaZe Clan. He thought that this was going to be the turning point of his career and everything was going to go back up. But unfortunately, it didn't work out this way. Barely any of his videos, even after joining FaZe, were reaching 250,000 views. And I know that's not like a lot of views to most of you, and it's more than I get most of the time, but it wasn't quite up to standard with what other FaZe members and creators of his size were getting. At this point, Ron was at an all-time low as far as content and morale. He was feeling out of touch with his own audience, but more importantly, he was out of touch with himself. It was clear that Ron wasn't happy and he didn't know what content he truly wanted to make and who he was trying to make it for. Obviously, struggling and being upset made it really difficult for him to entertain his viewer base. On his Twitter burner account, Ron was very honest about these struggles, and he talked about how it was difficult to stay consistent with streaming and creating content. Despite having a lower view count, however, people keep in mind, this guy had 2.5 million Twitch followers, so at some point in his career, people really loved his content. Still did. Plus, he was still a big name amongst many of the Fortnite content creators, many of whom were still close friends with Ronaldo. It wasn't a matter of people not liking Ron or his content. People loved him and still do, but not everyone was Ron's biggest fan. And at this point in time, he would get into the first real beef of his career. Plenty of streamers and content creators have disagreements and controversies with one another, but it's just part of being in the community. However, Ron didn't just get into beef with anybody. His issue was with Ninja. On July 11th, 2023, Ninja, Tim the Tatman, and Cloaksy were all on the stream together. They were getting drunk, opening CSGO cases, and just generally having a good time. That's when Ronaldo entered the chat. He sent a very simple chat message in Ninja's stream saying, "Tell Cloaksy I said hello." Keep in mind, Ronaldo goes way back with Cloaksy, and they were good friends. However, this confused the streamers as he could have just gone into Cloaksy's channel and said it to him directly. So because of this, they thought that Ronaldo might have been a fake account. So as the three of them were discussing whether or not this was the real Ronaldo, Ninja thought it would be a great idea to randomly start trash talking him.
Also Ronaldo is like literally like 1/20th of our following and is completely irrelevant. So we should probably just keep opening games.
Unfortunately, it didn't end there. Ninja continued to rant for a very long time about how Ronaldo isn't relevant anymore because now that he makes IRL content, he wasn't even part of their community and he wasn't getting as many views as them. It was very unprofessional of Ninja, and honestly, it was kind of strange. Ninja was somebody that Ronaldo looked up to, as many of us in the Fortnite community have, and for absolutely no reason, Ninja decided to punch down on somebody who was already struggling in their life and career. Not to mention, Ninja was 32 years old when this went down, and a 32-year-old man drunkenly trash-talking somebody who isn't even old enough to drink yet is kind of a weird look.
Да, изглежда типичен българин на 32 да траш-талкаш някой.
Cloaksy immediately tried to get Ninja to stop talking, but he was on kind of a rampage. Both Cloak and Tim were talking about how much they liked Ronaldo and were clearly uncomfortable with everything that Ninja was saying. What had happened had already happened, and what had been said had already been said. This VOD got clipped so many times, and it went viral. The real Ronaldo was in fact the person that was in chat, and he watched this unfold right in front of his own eyes. Of course, if you're seeing one of your biggest inspirations say these things about you, it's gonna really hurt. And he responded immediately on Twitter with a thread on his burner account. And his mom even sent a picture of his which was a nice touch. Shout out to Ron's mom. Well, to finally put the situation to rest, Ronaldo also responded on stream the next day, going over the VOD and responding to everything that Ninja said.
I have to defend myself. I don't even want to talk about this. That's the fucking main reason I tweeted this on my fucking burner. Because I don't give a about this, but I have to defend myself. You coming at everything that I worked for.
According to this reaction video, Ninja did reach out to Ronaldo after everything went down.
So then he responded with, "My apologies, dude. I had no reason to blast you like that. I was completely gone and just feeling some type of way. No reason to randomly and unnecessarily throw shade at you, brother. I don't expect you to forgive me either. I just wanted to reach out and say I'm sorry. You're a great streamer and content creator. If I'm a great streamer and content creator, why are you saying 1,000 viewers is bad, that my YouTube isn't good, and that my community basically sucks?"
It seemed as if Ninja was genuinely sorry, but then the next day on his stream, he just referred to that trash talk as a mini roast and a little bit of banter. The Fortnite community did not just forget about this clip, even though Ninja probably wanted them to. Basically, everyone responded, especially Ron's friends. Clicks even made his own response to the video defending Ronaldo.
So now he's sitting with 1,000 viewers.
That's
so not
so
only
weird.
should I hold it or should I say it now?
That is
should
so
I say it now or no?
weird, bro. That's so weird. I didn't even hear that.
Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard
I
to
hear that. That's so cringe.
If you are making fun of me for 1,000 viewers, let's say, you are not only making fun of me, but you're making fun of people who have less than 1,000 viewers, when 1,000 viewers is like 0.001% of Twitch.
Ron,
Bata filmam 1000 view-ări,
just wanted
ce
to
urât.
move on from this situation as
Nu vrea
fast
să
as
Gavrici
possible.
Mochi la
He didn't
vioara,
make
bă.
any more comments on the drama
Da,
because
tot
he
pare
knew it
de
was
восхищение.
a situation. But in a way, this drama would end up being a
Явно
blessing
не.
in disguise. See, I am a
Ние
true
имаме
believer
1000 view-ări.
that everything happens for a reason. And it seems now like that one chat message Ronaldo sent that then led to Ninja's rant may have been the thing to save Ronaldo's career. Because if nothing else, this whole controversy definitely seemed to reinvigorate Ronaldo's audience. This opened him up to the possibility of returning to streaming, and the opportunity that Ron was waiting for was right around the corner. In November of 2023, Fortnite released a huge update bringing back the original map for a brand new one-month season. This new season, known as Fortnite OG, had everyone wanting to get back into the Fortnite action, yes, including
Да,
Ronaldo.
никой
So,
завърна.
Ron returned to
И
Fortnite,
те са завърнаха
streaming to
за
some of
сезона.
the biggest audiences he had
Каза
seen in
един
years.
месец.
People loved the new update and were happy to see one of their favorite OG creators returning to play the game. But just like before, Ron was worried that as soon as the Fortnite OG season ended, all of his viewers would disappear again. However, he didn't let that stop him, and he went right back to what he wanted to do. Instead of falling into the trap and only streaming Fortnite again, Ron just did what he loved, which was entertain people to the best that he could without stressing himself out too much. So, did Ron's audience all disappear again and stop watching him because he wasn't playing Fortnite? Well, that's not exactly what happened. In fact, it was quite the opposite, actually. Even after Fortnite OG ended, Ronaldo kept his numbers up. Although his stats aren't quite what they were in 2020, he's still averaging about 5,000 concurrent viewers per month in his Twitch streams, and that's rising still. He also just reached 3 million followers on Twitch, which is huge. And most importantly to Ron, they don't just watch him play Fortnite, they watch him for him. They enjoy his e-dates, other video games,
E-dates
and
ли?
pretty much anything else.
Да,
because
не
everything
знаеш
that
ли, той е
Ron
много
does is
ефтин.
hilarious. Ronaldo has the type of
Аз не
magnetic
знаех.
personality that makes
Не,
you want to
знаех,
just
ама-
keep watching.
What?
I think his passion and love for gaming and entertainment is admirable.
И Кликс много е правил.
Huge
Да, Кликс
inspiration
за
for
Кликс
me
съм
making
сигурен.
this channel. See,
И
we
те са
all
на един и същия къл двамата.
It's how we respond and get back up when we're not.
Не,
good.
то с Роналдо е малко
All
по-луд.
learn from stable Ronaldo's story.
Да, ма,
Fortnite's
пак.
comeback kid.
Кликс просто участвал.
Ти ли беше?